Hello, it's a pleasure talking to the UCLGA team and to the Africities community. My name is Sara Hoeflich. I'm the director of UCLG Learning. And today I would like to give you some insights on resilience strategy and action for intermediary cities in Africa. So let's start. Of course, resilience is about balance, is about recovery from crisis. This is the origin of the resilience concept. And if we look to our planet, the pattern of growth that was already alerted by the Club of Rome many years ago when I was young is still valid. We only have one planet, and it seems that we are getting, we have certainly already overkill. So if we look from aspects of biodiversity, of agriculture, of use of natural systems, we also see that the urban Africa, the urban world, the urban Europe, we all need also to address our natural environment, and we need to change the patterns of growth and the patterns of development. In Africa, we of course look now into intermediary cities because they are the ones who still have a lot of opportunity. Metropolitan cities usually are already very full, very agglomerated, and it's a different way of development they have taken. But intermediary cities make half of African cities. So please have a look at that map. And I will also give some insights on these 4 cities which are signed here. Intermediary cities in Africa and all the world over give opportunity to rural economy and culture as a pillar of development. So here you can see in Kwadukuza and in Swakopmund, Southern African cities, the use of culture and for tourism in the economy and in the pride of the people. Below the mangroves of St. Louis, in the corner, the market of Chefchaouen. These food markets are a system, a part of a system of a rural support, which the city of Chaouen is doing with the farmers in the hinterland in order to have a lively and rurally oriented city. Below you can see the city of Xai-Xai in Mozambique, and it seems that this would not be a city, but it is actually an urban area where farmers have been settling because there they can enjoy services, they have police, they have schools, but they still have an urban, rural way of life. And in this way, we need also to change the imagination what our cities are. If we look into our resilience assessments, and you can find this in our modules, we talk about resources and tools. We have the economic resources and we have the administrative resources. So key tools for the administration are, of course, land use, but also the central government relation, the democracy, and how a city is managed in the moments of crisis. When we look in the technical resources, we look into the cities that have not that much resources. Usually intermediary cities have less technical staffers, but often they have in a university very motivated other persons or NGOs or organized community that is very knowledgeable about the territory and very able also to help in emergency context. We have the democratic resources. This, of course, as well as more open and democratic is a system, as more also bottom up is coming in the moment of emergency. So people will not wait until a commander comes and organize everything. They are used to engage, they are used to lead in neighborhoods and in other scales. In particular for Africa, it's important in informal settlements where we have learned so many lessons and also, of course, solutions, because reallocation of settlements, for example, is only possible in participatory approaches. If we would assess a city in Africa, we of course would do this checklist: government frame, expenses, staff, territory, spatial development, human resources. And of course we have done this, and I can say there are a lot of differences. So there are actually the Mozambican cities, for example, still are very, very limited in resources and have per inhabitant, South African cities have 8 times more. The same is in Namibia. They also have still very limited resources. And if you compare Shawen and St. Louis, you would have a similar point. So it's not only the financial resources, but it's the power, the competences. For example, the city of Odienne say they only can look at birth controls. A city, if it's not equipped with competences, it's very difficult that they manage, and in particular, they manage disasters. If we look on the lessons learned globally, what have we learned during the COVID? This is a study we did with the London School of Economics. We can say there was more investment needed, and it was definitely done, in particular in health, but this investment was taken away from other sources. In particular, culture suffered, but also infrastructure, and these are 2 critical elements. For example, infrastructure, now if we don't update the infrastructure, we have a problem of water and sanitation in particular. If we don't update transport, well, actually everything, we can fall behind and reduce the competitiveness. But also now we have to use the opportunity to think a new world after COVID and to think a new way how to look at infrastructure. If we look at culture, it's the same. Culture is an opportunity. We call culture the antidote of crisis response, and definitely an example like Ramallah shows it. If you have cultural actors, they are resistant, they are resilient, they will continue working. And besides a lot of crises, these partnerships have suffered, they have gone ahead. The similar is in nature-based solutions. Here we also count on a lot of active society, in particular environmental activism. So in decentralized cooperation, for example, we count on NGOs, on local NGOs, on expertise. And a very nice example is the city of St. Louis, which just has recently won our Guangzhou Award with a project securing the future of mangroves, where they are now preserving their natural heritage, because they are a heritage city, well known, but they know that in 10, 20 years without conserving the mangrove, no built-up heritage would be of value if they don't have a natural system. So we can look at this. This is in a partnership also with the city of Lille, and very, very successful. And please, all these resources are available in our websites, so don't hesitate visiting our websites, Learning UCLG, also the youth platform of Metropolis, and of course, our learning websites where you can do courses, learn more about resilience, and go to the work which we have done together with UN Habitat and UNDRR for our global community that is gathered in making cities resilient. Thank you very much.